Well, this is a pretty tough video to record. I came out here to, do my evening chores and feed Ruby. She was laying pretty much right here when I came in, and I started walking over there past the shelter to put her food in her bowl, and usually she's pretty excited when it's time to eat and comes running along with you. And this time she didn't. She just kind of stayed laying right there, and I turned around and I'm wondering why. And then I notice a pretty girl with her one little baby, interested and wandering around with her, paying real close attention to her baby. And I wonder, where's the other one? So I start looking around, all through the woods, and, because sometimes she'll leave a baby laying or both babies laying, like she did earlier today. She had both of them laying over there by the fence next to the driveway. And they were just snuggled there under a tree, and she was out wandering, eating. That's what they do. They leave their baby, and then they come back, and everything's fine. It's how nature works. Look at the baby. We're trying to. So anyway, I start wondering where's the other baby, and I look all around. I can't find it, and I look over here in this kind of grass area where the grass didn't really get cut. It's kind of died off, but it's high still. And I see a little white something laying on top of the grass. And my heart dropped. I thought, okay, maybe it's just sleeping. So then I realized Ruby noticed that I noticed. And she's still not moved from this spot. It's kind of like she's guarding. So, excuse me. So I start walking over, and that's when she gets excited, and she starts walking over to it as well, and pretty much shows me like she wants me to help. There was no help in that baby. It was gone. There's no obvious signs of injury. I don't think that Ruby hurt that baby. Y'all probably saw a video I posted earlier about how gentle she was being with these babies. She was doing her best to help and be a good auntie. So I go over. There's no blood. There's no obvious signs of injury. There's no blood punctures, nothing. The baby's just laying there dead. And Ruby's nudging it with her nose, and as I reach down and touch it, I realize it's wet and it has lick marks. So someone, either Ruby or her mama, was licking her incessantly, like animals will do in an attempt to revive the baby. But it didn't work. The baby's gone. So then I had to carry it over, and right now it's on the golf cart. And we have to bury this baby tonight. And what I suspect happened, which I kind of caught a glimpse that maybe it was happening yesterday about this time. Joey was over by the hay rack with all the goats, and I thought I caught a glimpse of Billy headbutting one of the babies. And I suspect that maybe he headbutted this baby a little too hard, and blunt force trauma to a day and a half old baby. That'll do it. I'm heartbroken. And I kind of feel a little bit guilty because, there are folks out there that will tell you that you need to separate your Billy. Well, first of all, certainly separate the mama and her babies from all of the rest of the herd for a week or two, just to make sure the baby stays safe. And that's all fine and good. And I don't have a problem doing that if that's what I figure out that I end up having to do. But I really was hoping that I could have some success in having the goats raise the baby within the herd, the way that they would if they weren't on a farm, if they were in the wild, the way wild goats raise their babies. I think she's still calling for the other baby. I don't know if you could hear that, but that's her bleeding for her, I think for her other baby, calling for it. So anyway, I was hoping that I would have a little bit of success with allowing the goats to raise babies naturally. But I think that I don't want to get rid of Billy. He is a very aggressive goat. When we were feeding them grain, he would push all the girls out of the way pretty aggressively. On the other side, we were feeding them separate from him, so that we could reduce the amount of times that was happening. I feel like if I get another or two boys, male goats, then I can pen them separately. Not pen them, because they're going to be either in this open field or the other open field. Like, we're going to have areas pretty much this size around the property, 5 or 6 different sections of the property where they're going to be allowed to be at any given time. So we probably would just rotate them on different areas, and the boys would be separate from the girls unless I feel like I want to put them together to breed, and then they would go right back to where they came from. I feel like that's what we're going to end up doing. I don't want to put my goats in small pens and then they just live on grain. So in any case, if I separate the boys from the girls, then I need more boys, because I can't put Billy anywhere by himself. And I certainly don't want to put him anywhere by himself without a guardian dog to protect him, because then he's just, open season for all the predators out here. In any case, at this very moment, I do not have a solution for Mama and her baby. Because I want Mama to be able to browse through the brush and get all of the minerals and nutrients that she can get from more than just grain and hay. I also, though, want the baby to be protected. So I'm at a loss right now on what's really the right thing to do. And I'm traveling the rest of this week. I have to go down to South Florida. So I'm not even going to be here to be able to see what's actually happening. She is still calling for her baby. As I would be. God forbid if I figured out that this was actually Ruby that did that to the baby. I really don't think so. Hi, Mama. Hi, pretty girl. Yeah, that's a Ruby Doobs. You showed me the baby when the baby was in trouble. Yeah, you did good, Mama. I don't think it was you. No, I don't think so. No. All right, y'all. So, yeah, that was a horrible moment, and now I have to go take care of digging a hole. So, that's the life of people that want to raise livestock, right? If you want to have a homestead or a farm, things like this are going to happen. And for those that may see this that have much more experience than me and are listening to me tell my story and looking at how my goats are living and thinking I should have them, all the things that I should have done different to protect this baby, I get it. I took a risk in the hopes that my goats could have a more natural way of life. Okay? So, judge me if you want. But everybody started somewhere. None of us are perfect. I don't know everything, nor do I profess to know everything. What I do know is that I wanted that baby to be safe, and I'm paying the consequences of my failure to keep the baby safe. So I don't need any horrible comments from anyone that might have some to give. So for everyone else, that simply realize For everyone else that simply realizes that this is a sad moment, thanks for any sympathy that you could give. And please pray that my little one, Lovey, will make it and Mama can keep her safe. Okay? Have a good night.